All right, so here I am in a new place. I had a travel day yesterday. I didn't do any recording, but here we are at Bottomless Lakes State Park, and I'm gonna show you I think this is one of the lakes, Lee Lake. It's small, but very nice. These facilities are way better than I expected. I had a nice big pull-through site, an extra big site, and it's right it's right next to the
turn left on Park Service Road, then take the first left.
Thank you. Showers, massive high pressure hot showers. It's great. And a spotless bathroom, so I'm pretty excited about that. And I didn't get to see much when I came in last night, because let me tell you something. I got here and a huge storm hit. Hey, there's a dump station. Looks like an observation deck of some kind over there. Let me just run by it real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, big tower. So it's got to be an observation deck of some kind. And I'm not sure what this really neat looking stone building is. We'll have to check this out. I'm going to be here for 8 days. Well, 7 days now. There's no sign or anything here explaining what all this stuff is, but nonetheless, it looks cool. Anyway, it was a huge storm hit just as I arrived here last night, and I had to set up camp, and blowing wind and a little bit of hail and a lot of rain, and so I set the brake, left it hitched, connected the electric, and
turn left on New Mexico 409.
And went to bed and got up, and still pretty wet and rainy today, but can't beat the temperatures. I mean, it was 60 degrees this morning. I haven't had the AC on all day. And so this is Bottomless Lakes State Park, Lee Lake Recreation Area is where I'm staying. And right now I am headed into Roswell, which is about 18 miles away. So it's going to take a while to get there, probably 30-40 minutes. I have some packages that were delivered, Amazon packages, where I thought I hadn't had them shipped here. They were delivered today. But this is all the park here. It's beautiful country. So they have very fancy bear-proof
in 3.5 miles,
trash.
Keep left on New Mexico 409.
So I imagine maybe there's some bear around, but I'll at some point I'll go to the visitor center or talk to the camp host and find out about that. It doesn't really look like bear country to me, but I'm no expert, and they are. For those of you that are curious, George did okay. I gave George a little tranquilizer, little prescription chill pill, and Dottie's going crazy here because somehow I think I left a window open when I was setting up, and there are tons of flies in here, and Dottie's trying to eat them all. And now I lost my train of thought. Oh, George. So George was chill. He threw up once, kind of a lot, because I didn't really restrict the feeding like I did the last time, so I won't make that mistake again. But he was fine after throwing up. He's like, 2 or 3 hours into the trip, he got sick, threw up, and then was fine. And was chill the rest of the trip and didn't act pissed when we got inside, and acting pretty normal. So he didn't go like hide for 10 hours like he used to. So he's getting more accustomed to it. So that's good. So I'm seeing this more in daylight now. A lot of really interesting rock formations and stuff around here. I can't wait to do a little bit of research on the park and the geology and the wildlife. I know there's a visitor center up here, and I hope they're open on Saturday, because I am booked with counseling sessions this week. For some reason, everybody wanted a counseling session this week, so I've been pretty busy. I've been up. It's 2 o'clock, and the only reason I'm not still in a session is that my 2 o'clock date was a no-show. But I've been doing back-to-back sessions all day. I've got one more at 5 o'clock. So that's good for the purse strings. A little not so great for resting and being retired. So when I got so booked this week, I went and I changed my schedule online, so I'm not quite so available. You know, it's funny, every once in a while I won't get that many sessions, and I'll have a really light week, and I'll worry about money, and then I'll open up my session totally 7 days a week, 15 hours a day available, and then I'll get overwhelmed, and then I'll cut back like I did, and then I'll have a light week and I'll panic again. Maybe I should see a counselor about this. Now, you can't see to the left here, but there's another lake here, but boy, it's mostly sand. There's not much water in it at all. It's sand. Maybe I should drive out there. You think I might get stuck? Sorry, Dottie, about all the flies. They seem to be attacking you. They're leaving me alone. But when we get on the highway, we'll open the windows and maybe we'll blow them all out. Lazy Lagoon is what this body of water is called. And I gotta tell you, it's not much of a lagoon because there's not much water in it at all. But check out these rocks, and this is pretty cool. Very interesting. And looks like we got another full mile to go before we leave the park and get on the highway to Roswell. So I gotta plug New Mexico State Parks again, because they are amazing. Just because the parks are beautiful, the facilities are always acceptable and often great, and the price is just, if you buy an annual pass, it's just such a great deal. Pardon me. With hookups in New Mexico State Parks, or water and electric, there are no full hookup sites that I've ever seen. And with the pass, it's $4 per day for electric. And when you make a reservation, if you make a reservation for 14 days, which is the maximum in each park, they charge you $12. So it's the math comes out to $68 for a 2-week stay with hookups. And if you want to equate that to,
keep left on New Mexico 409.
So we're about to get on the highway here. Anyway, I will turn this back on when we get into Roswell to show you what Roswell looks like. It's not very exciting. You're expecting to see aliens, and it's just an ordinary looking town. But anyway,
keep left on New Mexico 409.
And here's New Mexico 409. Oh, and you know what? I thought this was the main highway. I don't think it is.
In 3¼ miles, turn left on US
I
380.
think we're still in the park. And it's another 3 miles to the it's 380 that I want to get on. So it's another 3 miles. But I was saying it's $68 for 2 weeks. If you want to equate that to rent and utilities, 68 times 2 is $136 for a month. Yeah, you heard me right, $136 for a month, and I've been doing this all summer. So, and you can change your mind as you make reservations. It'll cost you they'll ding you that $12 reservation fee. That's not refundable, but the $4 is, they give that back to you. Here's the other thing, is that if you're comfortable without electricity, like me, I have solar, and lithium batteries, and I can survive just fine unless it's too hot. If it's too hot and I need air conditioning, solar's not going to keep my air conditioning going. But as you get into fall or higher elevations, that's doable. And the fee is $0 per day, just the reservation fee. And it gets better than that. There's Cimarron State Park. There's one of the loops or one of the campgrounds there that I've stayed at a couple of times. It has first come, first serve slots in a big parking lot. And you think, God, who wants to stay in a parking lot? But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful setting. There's not a problem staying in the parking lot. You don't need reservations, so you don't pay the reservation fee, and you don't pay anything else. So I stayed there for, I believe, 14 days. I stayed there 14 days for absolutely $0, and it was wonderful. Now, not all New Mexico state parks have first come, first serve, and it's a little difficult to tell if they do or not. The best thing to do is to call, and if you can get somebody on the phone and ask them about first come, first serve. There's places like Eagle Nest State Park. They have, I think 2 or 3 first come, first serve sites, and they're rarely available. So it varies. But you can tell how excited I am about New Mexico state parks because, this is like the 3rd or 4th time on a video I've gone on and on about the deal. It's just, it feels so good to get really great value. And you can have a good life and you can have a good time and not for a lot of money. And, it goes beyond the New Mexico state parks deal. There's, of course, BLM land all over the West where you can stay for 14 days for free. Now, no hookups, right?
In
No electricity.
mile,
But in the winter, you don't really need it. If you have a solid little solar and battery system that handles your needs, it's definitely worth it. And the BLM long-term visitor center where I go every winter is $180 fee, but that is from September 15th to April 15th. And
turn left at the stop
there's no
sign.
14-day limit, right? And there are facilities like vault toilets and dump stations and fresh water. That's pretty cool. And here we are on 380.
Continue
and
on US
we're
380.
11 miles from Roswell. So I'm going to shut this off and I'll put it back on when we get into Roswell. I'll show you what that looks like. So this is what the campground looks like from far away. And I think I can zoom in here. I can't really spot my rig. I'll have to look at it, zoom in and look at it. But it's pretty impressive. Okay, here we are coming into the downtown area of Roswell. But here we are. This is downtown Roswell. It's much bigger than I expected. I really was thinking Roswell was a dusty little desert town, and it's, you know, there's a Walmart, a Home Depot. This is not a small place, or certainly not as small as I thought. So I am going to route now to let's see. Where's recent? College Boulevard. Less than a mile away.
Turn right on East College Boulevard.
So we'll get to pick up the packages, and I am down almost to 1/8 of a tank of gas, so I will find a place to buy some gasoline.
Arriving at 115 East College Boulevard on the left.
And here it is, the UPS store. I'll go in and get the package. And you know what? That's probably all the interest there is in the video today, so I'll see you on the next one.